Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Terrence Ray, and I'm back at you with another weekly stock market update. Let me get you ready for the week, so let's get going. Now, last week, I believe the expected move it was elevated a little bit. I can't quite remember, maybe around like $80 or so. But this week, this is one of the largest expected moves I believe we've seen all year. It's one of them, if not the largest. Right now, so for the weekly option market for the SPX, we have an expected move of 142.23. That is huge. So you can see if you're looking at it on the chart. So where we ended at on $5,728.80 for the S&P 500, we can go. Basically, the market is saying it would be expected for us to go $142 either up or down. Anywhere within this range would be okay. Now, with that being said, um, I think we all know why. We have the presidential election coming up. People will be voting on, I think, what is it, November the 5th is election day. And, many people um, here in the United States have already voted. Uh, during early voting. Some people have mailed in their ballots and whatnot. So this is a large move. So we can expect a lot of volatility this week in the markets. That's what the expected move is telling us. So if you're going to be doing so, a lot of times you may say, what does that have to do if you're not somebody who watches my videos weekly? You may be saying, what does that have to do? How does that help me? That lets you know, look, if you're going to be, let's say you're a day trader and you're scalping, you can look at it two ways. Um, One, you could be like, hey, man, I may try to sit this week out, depending on, if you like risk. Or you could be like, I have a lot of opportunity this week. The market is going to give me in both directions. The market is going to give you big moves. So you can find stocks all over the place, the whole market to be moving. And I'm willing to bet that the market will be moving in tandem, like basically moving in unison. Um, so let's get to if we know that now. Also, you could just come in here Monday and say, I don't think we're gonna get that much of a move, which I don't think I would take this trade, but and you could sell the expected move, come right outside here, sell a put spread over here, and then come over here and sell a call spread, and then dare the market to beat you, right? Come outside of here, and then sell that collective premium, and then just take a bet that the market will stay on by Friday, will be somewhere back in this range. That's one thing you can do. So there are different ways you can play it. Now you could play it to the downside, maybe buy a butterfly down here somewhere and try to pin it, thinking maybe it'll come down to this range. I may play something Monday morning. That's that. Now that I'm thinking about it, that don't seem like a bad bet. Or to the upside. Now let's go and look. I'm going to show you what the betting market is saying as far as the elections, and then we'll get to the stock charts. So let's take a look at. I like to use what I watch. I don't pay attention to any polls, none of them. I watch no polls on TV. I don't believe any of them. Any of them, excuse me. The only poll that that I believe that I watch is this one right here. This is Poly Market. This is the betting markets. This is what I pay attention to. And according to the betting markets, Donald Trump is ahead. He has a 55% chance of winning the election, right? And if you look at the now down here, we have swing states. He's winning. He has a 75% chance of winning in Arizona, a 64% chance of winning in Georgia, a 59% chance of winning in Nevada, and a 55% chance of winning in Pennsylvania. Um, Harris has a 58% chance of winning in Wisconsin. Michigan has a 59% chance of, excuse me, Harris has a 59% chance of winning in Michigan. Now, so you can see these things right here. Now, I will admit, last week when I looked at this, I want to say if you go back and look at last week's video, he had a 66% chance of winning. So um, his percentage has come down, which means that she is closing the gap as far as the betting markets. Now, this is where the money goes. All that other stuff, guys, people can tell you what they think. Pay attention to the betting markets. And you can see, basically, it looks like it's going to come down to Pennsylvania. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she has to get three of the swing states to win to get to 270. Someone could correct me. I'm not. I want to say she got to get three of them. Uh, Arizona looked like he got that. Georgia looked like it's gonna go red again. Nevada looked like he's gonna get that one, and she'll get Michigan, which is surprisingly. I think um, yeah, I think it was closer than that last week, but it looks like she may pull out Michigan and Wisconsin. Pennsylvania is the one that that may be the one that decides it all, but we'll see. So you may say, what is that? I like to look at the betting markets. All of this is tied into the actual market, guys. Whether you want to believe it or not, you're gonna be trading stocks this week. And the presidential election gonna have something to do. If you care about it going up or down. Now, if you somebody just like for me, my style a lot of times is I'm either buying the expected move or selling it. I either betting that it's gonna stay within a range or that it's gonna go outside of a range. So, and with that being said, let's take a look at the Nasdaq, and then I give you my prediction for the week, and I'll give you my prediction for the presidential election. Right? Well, I don't mind going out on a limb. Let's take a look now in the Nasdaq. You can see I have levels going up, and you can see every time it hits one of these levels, these Fibonacci extension levels. You see right here, it hit this 3618. And that level acted as resistance and it came back down to here. I could see maybe Monday us drifting around in here, even Tuesday. I actually think that if because the market has been going up, I actually think, and it just started going down, if we look at, let's go back to the SPX, the gap down, right? This was Thursday, and here go Friday. And I believe that it gapped down, and then you got this move here because she started to close the gap. It is my belief that the market was betting on Trump winning and winning easily. And I think that if he wins, I believe the market will continue to go higher. If we see her close the distance, I think that the markets will continue to sell off. That's just what I think. And one of the reasons why I do think that is because I'm gonna pull up his stock, DJT. Now, if you when I did the video last week, we was up in here around this range, right? It was up and it was skyrocketing up. And he had a 66% chance of winning. Now, after this last week with the gap closing and coming down, this how I can tell the gap was closing. His stock started back to sell off. If his stock continues to sell off, it's gonna sell off, and then you'll see the market sell off as well. We'll watch to see if I'm right. But if you continue, you can watch DJT. If DJT, his Trump Media Technology company, continues to sell off, then that's going to signal that Trump is going to lose. If we see it stall, I expect maybe Monday to make a bottom in here, Tuesday to go sideways, and then right around when we get ready to get the final call, maybe Wednesday morning or something, we'll see which way it goes. And it may start drifting a particular direction before Wednesday. And then I think that the stock market would tell us what's going on. If we get a big move to the downside, likewise in the S&P 500. Markets don't like they like certainty. And when we had a certain winner, the market was going up. And as now it's getting tighter in the race, you can see that the stock market is beginning to go down. And here we are right here. Now, I got a couple stocks that I ran a scan on one particular stock that I'm looking at trading this week. I'll pull it up. Abbott Laboratories. On the scan I ran, let me hide the drawing. You can see got my favorite pattern. See how we got this little harami right here. Looks similar to, I'm gonna show you, look at the SPX. Similar candlestick pattern, right? And you seen that big gap up. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna get that, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did get a pop to the upside just like that. And let me go back to Abbott Laboratories. We got this gap up. Now all I did was come intraday, put my levels on, and here we go. So for me, I am looking at it continuing to go higher and maybe possibly going up to maybe 122.50 Monday morning. I would like to see now if it gaps up again Monday and just gets away from me, I won't get a chance to get in. I'll only get in this if I get a pullback. I'd like to see it Monday for it to pull back into this range right around here and support. And then I'll buy on this retracement. And then my stop will go down here somewhere at this entry port down here at the low of maybe 112.50 to maybe 112. And then look to take profit up here around 122.50, somewhere like that. So I want to get it to pull back and then I'll get in. I may just buy shares in this, to be honest with you. Looking at the calls, if you came in the 12-day cycle, these calls gonna be not too expensive. You got 12 days if you were to buy it, but you're on the clock. And I don't like being on the clock. If I was going to trade an option, which I don't think I would be somewhere right around in here selling this 115, selling that 115 put. Maybe if you want to do a $10 wide, about a 105, could do something like that. Maybe sell the one. If you did just a $5 wide, bought this wing, you could do something like that. But yeah, at that point, you ain't making too much on it anyway. But it's not a bad trade. But I would rather just probably just buy some shares, try to catch it up to here. I like that trade. Now I'm gonna come in, look at Amazon. Also made the little scan list. Now I'm gonna show you Amazon, guys. Let's go to let's go look at the weekly. Let's hide the drawings. Now you can see on Amazon, look at these highs. I want to say these are all-time highs. So you can see we up here. Here go your highs here, and here we go here last week, right up here at those all times. I do think that this week possibly we'll get a continue to break out to the upside, especially if we see the Nasdaq go higher. If we see the Nasdaq go higher, then we should see the Magnificent Seven go higher, which means that's Amazon. You can come over here and take a look at Apple. They all look like they're Apple, not so much. Apple actually sold off last week. Google, Google got a nice uh, inverse head and shoulders. Here's your shoulder, your head. Here's the other shoulder break here. So Google is another one I'll be looking at along with Amazon, trying to find something I can play in there. Now, hey guys, hopefully you got something out of this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video. Let me know what you think. And give me your prediction. Right now, I'm predicting Donald Trump. Now, let me take I predict that Donald Trump will win the election. Will Donald Trump be announced as president? I don't know. I don't know about that. But I do predict that he will win the election. I don't know if he's going to be announced as the president. Read into that whatever you think. And with that, guys, I'm gonna be out. Peace.